Welcome to the show, everyone. My name is NimbleThor, and for the next 5 minutes, we're gonna talk about story-driven visual novels, a 3 GB large RPG, a new goofy idle clicker, a Blastlands Royale competitor, and a casual yet super difficult card game. All of that while spending only 1 minute per game to give you an overview of what to expect from each individual game. And as always, I have saved my favorite of the week for the end of this video, so be sure to stick around for that and consider subscribing or leaving a like if you enjoy this content. 7 Years From Now is a story-driven adventure game that plays a bit like a visual novel, which means it's an interactive story. People are loving this game with a 4.8 average rating on Google Play, and with good reason, I might add, as the story is intriguing and very lengthy. The graphics are Minecraft-like, and as for gameplay, we don't do much other than tap the screen to move around and continue the conversations. But don't let that fool you though, as the story is both immersive and emotional, especially the further you get into it. The only monetization is an in-app purchase to unlock side missions, so that's fantastic as well. The game is offline playable, it takes up 179 MB of space, it's out both on Android and iOS, and my final verdict is that if you enjoy story-driven visual novels with a slight hint of gameplay, then definitely give 7 Years From Now a go, but if you expect a fully fledged gameplay experience, then you might as well just skip this one, as we simply tap and move around to continue the story. Cat Stacks Fever is a unique speed solitaire-like card game where we flip a card from the deck and have to then sort it into one of 4 stacks in descending order from king to 1. The twist that makes the game infuriatingly difficult is that we have a very limited time for each individual action, and the further we go, the less time we have. So if we attempt to place a card in an incorrect stack, we lose our combo, and if we don't place the card in time, the game ends. With both standard, Zen, and expert game modes, the game is perfect as a casual and quick mobile game, and monetization happens through in-app purchases to unlock new card designs and the occasional advertisement that can be removed for free $. The game can be played offline, it takes up only 111 MB of space, it's out both on Android and iOS, and my final verdict is that you should definitely play this one if you enjoy casual games. Monster Hunter Stories is a 3 GB large port of the Nintendo 3DS Monster Hunter game that released last week with a free trial and $20 for the full game, which by the way is 50% off of the $40 it retails for on the 3DS. The gameplay isn't as epic as the PC and console versions of the franchise, sadly, and instead we're left with a much slower Pokemon-like experience where we tame cute monsters, we ride them, and then we use them in the turn-based combat. The graphics aren't pushing what's possible on mobile, and although a great game overall, I actually quite enjoyed the free trial, I personally think $20 is a bit too steep for the full game. The game requires you to be connected to the internet at all times, it takes up 3 GB of space, it's available both on Android and iOS, and my final verdict is that you should definitely give the trial a go, as the game is very well made overall, and then you can judge for yourself if it's worth the $20 for the full version for you. Missile Dude RPG is an editor's choice idle clicker where we slay endless rounds of wacky monsters by tapping the screen to fire hilariously designed missiles. I'm looking at you, Penguin Missile. Deploy troops to attack force and upgrade existing missiles and launchers to increase the damage per second. As with any idle clicker, we will eventually want to reset all progress to gain a currency that can be used to acquire what's called artifacts, which are damage boosters that will allow us to progress even further before we have to reset again. The in-app purchases never felt necessary, and with a nice pace of progression, the core gameplay lived up to my expectations for the genre. But after a few minutes of playing, the game turns into one big incentivized video advertisement loop where we find ourselves watching ads to auto-tap for a few minutes. So yes, you will very quickly end up watching ads every 5 minutes or so to progress as quickly as possible. The game can be played offline, it takes up 217 MB of space, it's available both on Android and iOS, and my final verdict is that you should consider playing it, and especially if you don't mind watching an incentivized advertisement now and then. Blastlands is a fun, casual, top-down, battle royale-like IO shooter where we start out as a human trooper, defeating enemies to collect scrap parts, which increases our level and gives us better and bigger vehicles. The game is lightweight, fun, and chaotic. Matches start almost instantly. Yes, we are fighting bots until the game has enough players, and there's no monetization during the beta. With 3 game modes, Freefall, Team Deathmatch, and Domination, and a clan system coming soon, I could easily see this game competing with the likes of Blastlands Royale, as long as the developers don't ruin the game with a heavy monetization. Since it's a multiplayer game, it requires online access, but it takes up only 67 MB of space. It's out only on Android during the beta, and my final verdict is that you should definitely play it, especially if you enjoy the likes of Blastlands Royale, as it's my favorite game of this week. Thanks for watching, let me know which game was your favorite, and until next time, just keep gaming, stay awesome, and I'll see you guys around.